Good morning everyone and welcome to Headingley in Leeds for the fourth day of the third test match between the West Indies and Pakistan. In this, the second semi-final series of the Hero Cricket League's Y50 Test Match Championship 2020. The West Indies in their second innings are 2 without loss, chasing 136 runs to win this test match. And of course, if they win this test match, that will be their second victory in the series, which means they would qualify for the grand final to play New Zealand. Pakistan could also qualify today, but they would have to bowl the West Indies out. It's been another fantastic test match in a wonderful series, but the West Indies yesterday putting in an incredible bowling effort, bundling Pakistan out for 140 and giving themselves this moderate run chase in the fourth innings. Of course, if any side is going to bowl out the West Indies for under 136, it would be Pakistan. We join the action now as Wasim Akram bowls the first ball of the day to Gordon Greenwich. Can Pakistan take some early morning wickets? That's played into the offside and Gordon Greenwich jogs through for a gentle single. That's beautifully clipped away from Gordon Greenwich. That's running out towards the Western Terrace and will be the first boundary of this innings. Oh, that's a lovely punch through the covers off the back foot from Desmond Haynes, and that will be his first boundary. That's the first sign of real aggression this morning, and a very good shot too from Gordon Greenwich over mid-on, and one bounce for 4. Oh, that's a lovely shot from Desmond Haynes down the ground. Greenwich and Haynes have provided another excellent start for the West Indies. Oh, that's another lovely shot from Gordon Greenwich. Things are starting to look desperate for Pakistan. Oh, a pull shot down the ground for 4. That's another excellent boundary for Gordon Greenwich. There are no signs of gremlins in this pitch at all. Oh, that's a lovely piece of timing from Desmond Haynes. The fielders won't be able to stop that. That's the 50 up for the West Indies. The danger man Saqlain Mushtaq is on, but the West Indies seem to be cruising. Oh, that's a very powerful shot from Desmond Haynes. He's absolutely thumped that one through forward square leg for 4. Oh, that's a nice line from Waqar Younis. The first mistake we've seen today. Whipped away with the spin through mid-wicket. That's 4 more for Gordon Greenwich. Pakistan are keeping the West Indies quiet, but it's wickets that they badly need. Oh, Desmond Haynes has had enough. He swung that one through the line, and that's the first 4 for 9 overs. A good use of the feet. Haynes got to that one on the full, and that's down the ground for 4 more. Last ball now of the over. And that's a fantastic way to go to lunch for Gordon Greenwich. A beautiful cover drive for 4. And that will be lunch on day 4. It's been a very good session for the West Indies. Greenwich and Haynes have scored 90 runs in that session. West Indies are 92 for none. They only need 44 runs to win. Gordon Greenwich is on 48. Desmond Haynes on 41. These two great West Indian openers have all but secured the deal for the West Indies. They will feel that they have 1 foot in the door to that grand final. 5 bowlers used for Pakistan. They've not been able to get anything much out of this pitch. No wickets for them as of yet. Driven into the gap, the fielders don't bother to move, and that will be 50 for Gordon Greenwich. 23 runs to win now for the West Indies. Oh, that's a good piece of bowling from Saqlain, but it surely is too little too late. Muted celebrations as Gordon Greenwich is out. Bowled Saqlain for 58, and the West Indies are 113 for 1. Hooked into the onside, a gentle single, and that will be 50 runs for Desmond Haynes. Another very useful innings for the West Indies. Well, that's through the field, and now it's just the 5 runs to win. Lara now on strike with a chance to hit the winning runs. And there it is, the West Indies have qualified for the grand final. They've beaten Pakistan 2 games to 1. The West Indies have absolutely cruised to this target of 136. Gordon Greenwich 58, Desmond Haynes 58 not out, 9 not out for Brian Lara. Just the 1 wicket for Saqlain Mushtaq. You feel a little sorry for the Pakistani bowlers. Greenwich and Haynes were just a little bit too good. And so the West Indies have won this third test match by 9 wickets. With 5 wickets and a very good 50 in the first innings, Garfield Sobers for the second time in a row is man of the match. It's been a wonderfully entertaining series between these two very aggressive sides. The West Indies won the first test match down at Lord's by 7 wickets. Pakistan then came back with victory at Edgbaston by 63 runs. But now that the West Indies have won the third test match by 9 wickets, they have secured the 2 victories required to qualify for the grand final. And so there it is, the grand final series of the Hero Cricket League's Y50 Test Match Championship 2020 will be between New Zealand and the West Indies. Certainly not what we were expecting. As is customary, we should have a look at the leading run scorers from the series. Syed Anwar led the way with 262 runs at an average of 44, but then followed by 4 of the West Indies batsmen, Desmond Haynes, Garfield Sobers, Viv Richards and Gordon Greenwich. Even though the only 4 centuries in this series were for Pakistan, the Pakistani batsmen couldn't quite score consistently to put big totals on the board. We really did see some quality bowling in this series. Curtly Ambrose tops the leading wicket takers list with 17 wickets at an average of 22. Interestingly, just the one 5-wicket haul in this series for Waqar Younis. The rest of the wickets were shared amongst the many excellent bowlers on display. Garfield Sobers is undoubtedly a man of the series. Listen to this, 243 runs, an average of over 60, that's the best average of the series. 350s, 13 wickets at an average of 20, that's the second best bowling average of the series, and 2 man of the match performances. He really is one of the most remarkable cricketers we've seen in this championship. With that being the end of the second semi-final series, we can now have a look at the leading run scorers from the entire Y50 Test Match Championship 2020. Now, these results will be skewed towards New Zealand because they've had a chance to play 10 Test matches due to the format of the competition. Glenn Turner, however, leads the run scorers. He has 1,126 runs with 3 boundaries. Look at AB de Villiers there, 997 runs from just the 7 matches, averaging 99.7 with 5 centuries. Perhaps a better list is the leading batting averages from the championship, and AB de Villiers certainly tops that list, but Matthew Hayden, Sunil Gavaskar, Angela Matthews and Greg Chappell are not far behind. Richard Hadley, with all those wickets against Australia and South Africa, tops the wicket takers list with 61 wickets at an average of 25, but Mike Proctor, Daniel Vettori and Saqlain Mushtaq have all also had very good championships. And we should have a look at the bowling averages as well. Matai Muralitharan, Courtney Walsh and Garfield Sobers are the only frontline bowlers who have averages under 20, but there are lots of excellent performances on this page. And so after 6 superb Test match series between these 8 sides and 20 very exciting Test matches, we now know that New Zealand will face the West Indies in the grand final. You have to say that the West Indies are favourites, but New Zealand have had a very good time in this championship, knocking over Australia and South Africa. It would be very interesting to see what happens. That's it from us. We look forward to your company in the grand final series between New Zealand and the West Indies, and bye for now.